book, Waging Peace, is available to be signed. Please bring him a warm welcome to bring him up on stage, Mr. Scott Ritter.
Anybody that says that you can go to war and you can experience the things in war that you experience and you can return normal, don't know what they're talking about. There was only one reason to go to war, ladies and gentlemen, and we can spell it out in 3 easy letters. WMD, weapons of mass destruction. And we never found any evidence of either retained WMD or a reconstitution of WMD. And that was the state of play in 1998. Our soldiers were killed. Our soldiers were wounded going after a lie. And our government knew it was a lie. We, the United States of America, are the largest proliferator of nuclear weapons in the world. We have more nuclear weapons than anybody else. Not only that, we have a policy to use nuclear weapons preemptively in non-nuclear environment. In 1976, the Ford administration did a complete staffing of the Iranian proposition, and the Ford administration gave a 2 thumbs up, not only for Iran to have nuclear energy, but for Iran to control the nuclear fuel cycle, inclusive of enrichment, because Iran said if we're going to invest in nuclear energy, we can't fall victim to the vagaries of economic sanctions or embargoes. This was the Cold War. The Soviet Union was right on their border, and they were concerned that if they had to import fuel, the Soviet Union could cut it off and their economy would collapse. This was staffed around. The Department of Defense gave it a big thumbs up. Who was Secretary of Defense in 1976? Donald Rumsfeld. The White House Chief of Staff supervised the staffing of us through all the departments. Who's the White House Chief of Staff? Dick Cheney. So for Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld today to say that it makes no sense for Iran to have a nuclear energy program because they're awash in the Sea of Oil contradicts the decision made by Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld in 1976. One would expect that if the Iranians are doing a nuclear weapons program on a laptop computer, that the documents contained therein would be in Farsi. Every document on this computer is in the English language. There's no classification markings. The United States won't allow this information to be shared with the Iranians. They won't even allow the inspectors to have full access to the computers. The CIA won't allow this laptop to be examined by anybody, which leads to question, begs the question, is this laptop accurate? The Iranians claim that everything on this laptop is a fraud. It's a forgery. The policy of the United States is regime change. The policy of the MEK is regime change. This laptop computer is not about disarming Iran. It's about facilitating a system that allows intelligence to be gathered about sensitive aspects of Iran's security for the purpose of regime change. This is why the Iranians are not cooperating on this specific issue. But you can't say that because the Iranians refuse to allow inspectors access to Iran based upon laptop information that they're suddenly not cooperating with the inspectors. Wrong answer, ladies and gentlemen. It's the same thing. It's the same package of lies being sold again in a different form. Past patterns of behavior repeat themselves because there is no nuclear weapons program in Iran, plain and simple. I just hope that the next President of the United States is willing to sit down with foreign leaders without precondition and negotiate rather than order troops to go off and fight and die. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking with you.
I think that this has been an amazing night, an amazing day, a big success.
We need an American revolution, not a civil war. So you know how to use words well, but what are you using them for? We sing mourning songs when we are sad, but when our grief is done, we sing songs of love-olution. How do we reconstitute ourselves? Bring us back to life like the dry animals of a dry lake bed. Make us beautiful again. Piece together the scraps of our Constitution. Modify every solution that stopped working long ago. We need an American revolution, not a civil war. Will our fight be with bayonets? Or have we gotten past this need to destroy and separate in the name of the Union? These tools, these gifts we've been given, you with the computer, the camera, the voice to sing, me the pen, I suggest we come together to fight the forces of separation again. Build on what was built before by women and men with a vision of freedom, of democracy, of peace, who knew that what they were standing for